Language is power. It shapes our thoughts, influences how we perceive the world, and determines how effectively we communicate. A rich vocabulary is more than just knowing big or fancy words. It's about precision, expression, and confidence in communication. Whether you're a student, a professional, a non-native speaker, or simply someone who loves language, building your vocabulary is one of the most rewarding lifelong pursuits. But how do we actually go about it? Is there a magical way to memorize thousands of words effortlessly? While there's no shortcut that bypasses effort, there are methods that make vocabulary building faster, easier, and far more enjoyable. In this article, we'll explore the science and art of vocabulary acquisition in depth, from beginner to advanced strategies, so you can unlock your full linguistic potential. Chapter 1: Understanding Why Vocabulary Matters. Before diving into how, let's understand the why. A robust vocabulary helps in expressing thoughts clearly and accurately, understanding more complex texts and ideas, performing better in exams like TOEFL, IELTS, GRE, or SAT, improving writing skills, sounding more articulate and professional, boosting confidence in speaking, especially in a second language. Think of vocabulary as the tools in your language toolbox. The more tools you have, the more tasks you can perform, and the better you can perform them. Chapter 2: The Foundation: Knowing How We Learn Words. Understanding how vocabulary acquisition works will help you build a better strategy. Here are key components. 1. Passive versus active vocabulary. Passive: words you recognize but don't use. Active: words you both recognize and use. Many people understand more words than they use. Moving words from passive to active vocabulary is the goal. 2. Memory and repetition. Repetition is critical. Spaced repetition, in particular, has been proven to aid long-term retention. 3. Contextual learning. We remember words better when we learn them in context rather than as isolated items. Chapter 3: Step-by-step strategies to build vocabulary. Let's explore practical, step-by-step methods for building vocabulary. 1. Read, read, read. Reading is the single most effective way to build vocabulary naturally. It exposes you to new words in context, helping with understanding and retention. What to read? Fiction and non-fiction books. News articles, e.g., BBC, New York Times. Blogs and magazines. Academic papers, if you're advanced. Children's books, for beginners. Tips. Don't stop to look up every new word, guess the meaning from context first. Keep a notebook or app handy for words you really want to learn. 2. Keep a vocabulary journal. Maintain a dedicated notebook, digital file, or app to track new words. Include the word. Definition in simple terms. A sample sentence. A personal sentence you write. Synonyms/antonyms. Related forms, noun, verb, adjective. This not only helps memorization but also deepens understanding. 3. Use spaced repetition systems, SRS. Apps like Anki, Quizlet, and Memrise use SRS to show you flashcards just before you're likely to forget them. Why it works: it mimics how our brain naturally retains information, by reviewing at increasing intervals. How to use: add your own flashcards with context-rich examples. Practice daily. Keep the deck manageable, quality over quantity. 4. Learn in themes or topics. Group words by theme, e.g., weather, finance, emotions. This makes it easier to learn related vocabulary and recall it when needed. Example: theme, emotions. Elated, gloomy, frustrated, anxious, euphoric. 5. Play word games. Games can make learning fun and effective. Scrabble or Word Feud. Crosswords. Wordle. Boggle. Vocabulary quizzes. They help reinforce words you know and introduce you to new ones in a relaxed setting. 6. Watch movies, series, and videos with subtitles. Watching English media with subtitles helps associate spoken and written words. You also learn pronunciation and usage. Try TED Talks, English TV shows or YouTube channels. Documentaries. Movies with subtitles on, first with your language, then with English subtitles. Take notes when you hear new words used naturally. 7. Speak and write actively. To make a word part of your active vocabulary, you have to use it. Try these. Use new words in daily conversations. Write journal entries using new vocabulary. Create your own short stories or dialogues. Find a language exchange partner or tutor. Chapter 4: Mindset and Habits for Long-Term Success. Vocabulary building isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. Here's how to stay on track. 1. Be curious about words. Whenever you encounter a new word, be curious. Where does it come from? What other forms does it have? Is it commonly used? This curiosity fuels motivation. 2. Set small, realistic goals. Instead of learning 100 words in a week, aim for 5 to 10 high-quality words daily. Consistency beats intensity. Goal example: learn 5 words daily. Review 20 old words. Use 3 in writing or conversation. 3. Celebrate small wins. Did you finally understand that dense article? Did you use a new word correctly in conversation? Celebrate it. These small wins keep you motivated. 4. Embrace mistakes. Misusing a word is a step toward mastering it. Don't be afraid of making mistakes, it's part of the process. Chapter 5: Tailoring your strategy to your level. Beginners. Focus on high-frequency vocabulary, e.g., 1,000 most common English words. Use picture-based dictionaries. Learn through listening and imitation. Intermediate. Start keeping a vocabulary journal. Read simplified novels. Watch with English subtitles. Use more detailed flashcards. Advanced. Read complex texts, literature, academic journals. Practice writing essays. Learn idioms, phrasal verbs, and collocations. Study root words, prefixes, and suffixes. Chapter 6: Advanced Techniques for Mastery. Once you've built a strong foundation, you can deepen your mastery with these techniques. 1. Learn word roots, prefixes, and suffixes. Understanding Latin and Greek roots can help decode unfamiliar words. Example: bene, Latin, equals good benefit, benevolent, benefactor. Bio, Greek, equals life, biology, biography, antibiotic. 2. Use corpus tools. A corpus is a database of real-life language usage. Tools like COCA, Corpus of Contemporary American English, show how words are used in context. 3. Practice collocations. Collocations are words that naturally go together. Examples: make a decision, strong coffee, heavy rain. Learning these helps you sound more natural and fluent. 4. Deep reading. Pick one article or chapter and dissect it. Highlight new words. Look up meanings, synonyms. Write a summary using those words. Try explaining it aloud or in writing. Chapter 7. Common mistakes to avoid. Even dedicated learners sometimes fall into traps. 1. Memorizing without context. Isolated lists don't help. Always aim to learn words in full sentences. 2. Learning too many words at once. This leads to overload and poor retention. 3. Not reviewing enough. Without revision, most words will fade from memory quickly. 4. Focusing only on passive learning. Reading and listening are great, but without speaking and writing, words don't become active. Chapter 8. Building vocabulary in a second language. If English is your second language, here are specific tips. Translate only if absolutely necessary. Think in English when learning new words. Watch children's shows for natural, clear speech. Talk to yourself in English. Label items in your house with sticky notes. Chapter 9. Vocabulary Learning Tools and Resources. Apps and websites. Anki. Quizlet. Memrise. Vocabulary.com. The Free Dictionary. Oxford Learner's Dictionary. Wordnik. Duolingo. Books. Word Power Made Easy, by Norman Lewis. 30 Days to a More Powerful Vocabulary, by Wilfred Funk. English Vocabulary in Use series by Cambridge. Chapter 10. My Personal Journey and What Worked for Me. When I started learning English, I could barely speak a full sentence without pausing, thinking, or doubting myself. But I loved stories and books. So I read every day, even if I didn't understand half of it at first. I kept a journal. Every day I wrote one sentence using a new word. Slowly, my vocabulary grew, not because I memorized, but because I lived the words. I used them. I failed, made mistakes, got corrected, and got better. Today, I write, speak, and think comfortably in English. But I'm still learning new words, still reading, still curious. That's the beauty of language, it never really ends. Conclusion: the journey is the reward. Vocabulary building is a lifelong adventure. There's no finish line, but that's not a bad thing. Every new word you learn is a key to a new idea, a deeper understanding, a stronger connection. Start small. Stay consistent. Be curious. And most of all, enjoy the ride. Remember, you don't need to know every word. You just need enough to say what you mean, and mean what you say.